Hi, how are you today? My name is Jennifer and I'm the founder and CEO of Chic Sparrow. And today I'm going to show you all of the different brown leathers that we currently have, and I'm going to compare them to each other, and I'm going to show you how thick they are, how thin they are, how they feel in the hand, and hopefully you'll be able to find something that you love almost as much as I do. I couldn't pick a favorite. Well, maybe I can. I'll try to. But I love all the brown leather, so it's really hard to pick a favorite. And yeah, so let's get to it. All right, so I'm gonna get my handy dandy calipers out here and make sure it's on millimeters so that, there we go, so that I can show you how thick these are. So the first leather I'm gonna show you is Pemberley Honey. Okay, so honey is actually the same color as Mr. Darcy Toffee, which is the same color as Tea House Earl Grey. And so let me give you a thickness on this. So it is 3 millimeters thick, approximately, and then where the pockets are, it's about 4 millimeters thick. So that's a beautiful caramely color here. I'm going to see if I can put it there for you. Pemberley in the color oak. Okay, so this is more of a cool tone brown, and it's going to come in around the same thickness because that's the way they are. So yeah, it's about 3 millimeters thick, and then where the pockets are, it goes up to about 4.5 millimeters there. So now you'll be able to see the colors next to each other. Okay, so the next one is Mr. Darcy, formerly known as Toffee. This is a beautiful specimen. And now because this is a folio, it has been thinned out, but I will measure it anyway. But know that because it's a folio, it's thinner than a TN's gonna be. And so this measures at about 3.38, and that's with the pockets. That's at the pocket section. So there we go. Okay, and over here we have Earl Grey. So this is the Earl Grey Cascade design. And now the difference between these two, they're the same color, but the difference is this one has not been, it's called glazed, and it's done by a jack. It's jack glazing is what it's called. And it's basically a glass ball or a metal ball that comes down and burnishes it and makes it shiny. Now, if you want this to be shiny like this, all you have to do is polish it with some neutral shoe polish or a brown tan shoe polish, and you'll get it nice and shiny, and it'll look more like a Mr. Darcy. That's just a tip for y'all that want that. Now let's measure this one. So this one is 2 millimeters, and then at the pockets it's going to be 3.27 millimeters. Now these are approximate. Everyone's going to be different because it's really hard to get leather consistently the same thickness. So just keep that in mind, that yours may not measure exactly the same. All right, so the next one is going to be the Americano, which I think is just absolutely beautiful. This is glazed, so it's nice and shiny. It's a very deep dark brown color, and it measures at 2.3 millimeters, and then where the pockets are, it's 3.56 millimeters. So there you can see how nice and dark that one is. So the next one is from our Enchanted Woods collection, and this is Elderwood, and you can see that it has a rosy undertone to it. It's a beautiful brown. But as you can see, it kind of has that rosy undertone to it. The inside is kind of soft in one direction, but rough in the other direction. And it's just a beautiful color. And it's picking up shiny here, but in person it's not that shiny. It's just the lights reflecting off of it. So this one is going to measure 2.14, and where the pockets are is 4.8 millimeters. So you can see them there. The one after that is Eastwood, which one of my favorites. And you can see it looks a lot like Mr. Darcy. Very similar in tone. Just a different type of leather. And that's the inside. The inside feels kind of suede-like, smoother in one direction and rougher in the other direction. And it's going to have similar measurements. So 2.23 and 5.04. Just want you to be able to see those. Okay, and then the last one in that collection is Ebon Wood, which is a really dark brown. Now, as you can see, it's pretty similar in color tone to the Americano. It's very nice dark color, and the inside is the same. It's smooth in one direction and rough in the other, and it's going to measure close to the same, 2.14 and 5.22. So there we go. Let's see, what do we have next? Okay, so next we have the Hemingways. Okay, so this is Havana, and we do use the Austin collection as the leather base for this, and then we add the smoke out on the outside. And so this is Bennett, I believe. But I don't have a very good memory, guys, so I have to write everything down in order to remember anything, even my own name sometimes. But that one is Bennett. It starts out as Bennett, and then we add the darkness around there. So the next one is Ketchum, and I'm very thankful to Britta for labeling these for me. Very much appreciated. So as you can see, Ketchum's base is Mr. Darcy. And it's just, this is a beautiful example. And one thing about the Hemingways is you'll notice that a lot of times they'll have marks already on them, and that's just part of the charm of the Hemingway collection, is they'll have these little marks and everything. They come that way, and that's just part of the charm. So there we go. Are we in focus? I think I'm going to lay it this way just so it takes up a little less room. All right, and I'm going to put this on here because I want to protect it from putting other stuff on top of it. So, all right, and then the next, did I measure those? They're going to measure the same as the Mr. Darcy, but 2.77 and 4.10. This is Dormouse from the Carol collection, and as you can see, it's kind of a mousy brown color and kind of has a cool undertone for a brown. Very, very pretty. I like this color a lot. And it is, let me make sure this is right. Okay, that got off. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is 1.97 millimeters. And where the pockets are is 5.1. So there's that color. And then the next one in the Carol collection is March Hare. And look at this one. Do you see all those markings on there? That's freaking awesome. I like that a lot. So yeah, so on the front of this one, whoever gets this one's lucky, like lucky duck. That's so cool. I don't know what happened to that beast, but there we have. So it's a very light, like it's pale like me. It's so very pale. This is a chrome tan leather. It's not going to patina the same way that it's 1.44, 4.83. It's not going to patina the same way a vegetable tan leather patina. So this light color is going to stay that way for quite a long time. All right, I don't want to put anything that's oil tanned on top of this. Okay, so I'm just going to cover that up a little bit because I don't want the next thing to make marks on it. So this is a chocolate crumb, and let's get this bad boy measured. It's 3.36. This is one of the thicker leathers, and at the pockets it's 5 or 6.0. Whoops, did not mean to throw that. Yeah, so this is a thicker leather. It's a matte finish. It's not shiny, it's not supple, but it smells divine. I can smell it. So good. I think it's Passport Plus. But it's very bendy, but it still has a nice firmness to it. So it's one of the thicker leathers that we have here. And there we go. And then the next one is Crumb Brulee in the Crumb line as well. And this one has a mark right here. And it's looks like probably cow moles, but I'm sure if to some people that might look like an ink stain, but it isn't. It's a mole. 2 moles side by side. So yeah, same deal here. 3.58. 6.19. Beautiful leather. I've sold this leather for 6 years now, and everyone loves it. Okay, so the next one is from the Waypoint line, and this is Rich Caramel. And the way you tell what color it is by the pull-up, the color of the pull-up. So you'll see that the caramel color really comes in that pull-up, and you can see it there. So this is the Passport size. Isn't that cute? I love this size. I use it for jotting down little random notes, but it's a great size. Anyway, so it is 2 millimeters. And then because this is your regulars are going to be a little bit thicker than this, but this is a 3.34. Zero that out. Okay. All right, so this is going to go right here. Actually, I'm going to put it right here because I don't want the oil to soak into here. It could be bad. Okay, and then the next one is Rustic Brown. Now some of these colors are retired and I don't offer them anymore. But if you happen to have one of these, then congratulations. So you can see there the Rustic Brown, and it's going to have the same measurements. So you can see too, like the inside of it, see the difference in the color. And also you can tell the difference in texture. These have a lot of different textures. So this one has a large pebble texture. This one has a very fine grained pebble texture. Okay. The next one is Quiet Tan, which we do still have in stock. This is our most popular, and this one has an even finer grain texture than this one. But you can see the color inside. So you can see the Rustic Brown, the Quiet Tan, and the Caramel. They all have a different color on the inside. So, in fact, I'm just going to put them face up like that. That way you can kind of see the difference. And then the next one is Roadrunner, which has kind of a green undertone to it. You can see that. And the inside is kind of grayish, kind of. And then Open Road, which is probably one of our most popular colors. It's more of a grayish than a brown, but there you have it. Open road, and you can see this side here is almost completely smooth, and there's a little bit of pebbling over here, and that's very, very common for these, for the Waypoint leather. So, and you can see the inside there. You can see the difference. Let me pull this over here so you can take a nice gander. There you go. All right, and then we just have one more, and that is Claire in our Outlander collection. Okay. This is a beautiful color. It has a very warm feel to it. Very warm undertones for this brown leather. It almost looks burgundy, but it's still brown. So if you like burgundy leathers, you might like this one. And I'll put it next to that warm brown there, which is elderwood, and you can see they're both kind of got that red undertone to them. Yeah. So there you have it. Those are all of our brown leathers. This is our floppiest by far, and it has a really soft, and it has a high oil content, so when you feel it, it feels very supple in the hand. This doesn't have that supple feeling, but it still has a very nice hand to it. The Carol collection is just as floppy as this one, but it has a slightly more structure, so it doesn't scrunch as much as this one does. And then, of course, the Mr. Darcy and all of the Austin line have a very nice firmness to them, but the more you use them, the softer they get and the more floppy they get. One little trick, which I'm not going to do here because all of these are from inventory and I don't want to ruin anything for anyone, but one trick that you can do, and I'll do it on this one because it won't harm it at all, but if you get a notebook and you want the spine to be softer, all you have to do is take it in your hands and put right sides together, and all you're going to do is just take and roll that spine in the heels of your hands, and you'll just roll it back and forth just really gently. Just work your way all the way down the spine, and you just do that for a few minutes, and then the spine of your book is going to open and close very, very easily, and it'll break it in just a little bit faster. That's the only kind of rolling that I would endorse. So any other kind of rolling, that's purely personal preference. It's not something I enjoy doing to my notebooks. However, I'm not judging you if you do it to yours. So there we go. These are the browns in my collection. I actually do own almost every single one of these in my personal collection because I love brown leathers so much. And I want to turn this over so you can see them on the other side. These all look very, very close together. I personally don't think you can go wrong with any of them. But it's all personal preference, of course. This one's extremely popular. These two, very, very popular. But as you can see, you just can't go wrong with the brown notebook. It's going to last you for a long, long time. Can't go wrong with it. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Come back again next week where we do something fun, like maybe we'll do a blindfolded smell test. That sounds like fun. That I get blindfolded and try to identify the leather by the smell. Do you think I can do it? I don't know, because I'm kind of leather blind. Like, I don't smell it anymore. When I come to work, I don't smell it. But when I'm at home, I can smell my leather journals. But at work, I can't smell the difference. So, I don't know. That might be fun. Let me know in the comments down below if you'd like me to do that. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you later. Bye.